Willkommen zurück bei The Zodiac Trial. Im letzten Part haben wir mit Sheep und Horse und Monkey und Pig ein wenig gesucht. Und jetzt haben wir eine ganz neue Route freigeschaltet, denn nun ist Monkey einer der Traitor. Und wie wir sie kennen und wie wir sie lieben, hat sie sich selbstlos aufgegeben und sitzt jetzt gefesselt in der Cafeteria und starrt dem Tod entgegen. In der Zwischenzeit suche ich mit Pig ein bisschen weiter. Und wir gehen in die Klassenräume im 2. Stockwerk.
We spent a lot of time looking at some math classrooms, but we weren't able to find anything of use. Time flew pretty quickly. Before we knew it, we were facing the end of round 4. Alright, well, we might as well input our actions. Right. Don't want to die after all.
Yep. Man, dying from forgetting to put in your move must suck. Like, not only would it be super painful, but it also have to be super embarrassing. You'd be dying and all the while you just be embarrassed that this was the way you were going out.
Agreed. But then again, who'd really not just input a move at least once around?
I know. Maybe if you couldn't. Oh my god, Monkey's tied up.
Crap, you're right. We should fix that, right?
Yeah, we definitely should.
Okay, you stay here. I'll go run down there real quick and untie her so that she can input a move. Then retie her.
You don't want me to come with you?
It's no big deal. I can do it by myself.
Okay. Letting her go off like this technically broke the pairs rule we have established. However, something this mundane, it shouldn't really be a problem. Oh, es wird ein Problem sein. Ich habe extra ausgewählt, weil ich weiß, das wird uns zum ersten Tod führen, auf jeden Fall. Zum ersten Game Over.
Suit yourself. And just like that, Pig ran down to the cafeteria. While she was gone, I took out my tablet and pressed the run button. And then I waited. After some time, Pig returned. Hey, how'd it go? It went good, I think.
You think?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I went and did the thing and then I intended to do and I did it, so yeah. It went well.
Okay, then. Good to hear. We didn't accidentally get Monkey executed.
Time to kick section then, yeah? Let's.
And like that, we headed out to check some other classrooms. We searched for a while, but didn't find much use. Eventually, just searching in silence began to feel awkward. I tried for some small talk. So, a lot of books around here.
It's an English classroom, so that tracks.
Right.
Are you a big reader, Pig? I used to be. I've kind of fallen off of that for at least a couple of years.
I can feel that. I think part of growing up is no longer having time to read books.
That's a sad way of thinking.
Yeah, it is.
You know, even with my busy schedule, I bet I could put enough time in my life to read books at least once a month.
You know,
I probably could too. And it would be good to read more often.
It would, wouldn't it?
I enjoy reading a book whenever I get around to it.
Same.
And I know that reading is a much better hobby than just watching TV or whatever.
I read and study a lot like that.
So it'd be totally possible for me to make it time to read more often. It'd be good for me and I enjoy it.
Absolutely.
It's a shame that there's absolutely no chance I go through with that idea, huh?
Not a chance in hell.
Not even when I have this exact same thought process in a few months?
Nope, I'll forget about it in the exact same way.
But I will be able to consistently make time to binge trash shows on the weekend.
Shows that I won't even really like all that much.
Right.
But I imagine you still read some amount, being a journalist.
Well, that's different type of reading. A lot sadder type of reading.
I imagined. Seems depressing to be a journalist.
Well, there's a lot more bad news than good. You get used to it though.
Well, that's, good?
Not really. You just go through so many horrible stories.
Right. Whenever I hear any of those things, I just feel so bad for everybody involved.
Yeah, well, not everybody. I mean, usually there's an asshole to blame for it all.
Yeah, but I mean, it's rarely a good situation for them too. You have to wonder what's fucked them so badly to get to that point in life.
Just because they were fucked up in life doesn't mean they're a piece of shit for it.
I never said that. I was just pointing out that I feel bad for everyone.
Okay, but why are you feeling bad for perpetrators? I mean, I'm not feeling bad for them in particular. You don't feel rage at them? Not really. I mean, it's not like I know them. Rage at what made them the way they are, perhaps. Yeah, see, just if they were made the way they are because of some underlying system, doesn't mean they're a piece of shit. Again, I know that I'm just saying that what's really fucked up is what keeps producing the monsters in our society. I mean, if not for those systems, why would they keep showing up? Because evil people will always show up? I think I'm gonna explain myself right here. Okay, so, when you're writing a hit piece on someone's what's your goal? Do you intend to tear down that one individual person? Or do you use it as an opportunity to shed a light on some larger issue at play? I don't know. Never really considered that. You haven't? Don't really have time to. It's a pretty fast-paced world. Besides, in the end it all boils down to the same thing, doesn't it? Take down the villain. I guess. A moment of awkward silence passed between us. After a pause, Pig spoke back up, seeming a bit defensive. I mean, I get your perspective though. After all, you're a defense attorney, right? I plan to be one. Right. You know you're usually going to be a defending guilt people, right? Tends to be the case. Usually don't take things to court either. Just look for out for your client. Right, you try to make the prosecutor doubt the case enough to let your client have as light as punishment as possible. That's a way of looking at it. I get viewing it from the criminal's perspective, but what about the victim or the relatives of the victim? Them getting justice is a huge thing to give them peace. I mean, sometimes, although actually studies have shown that justice against the criminal actually ultimately doesn't tend to give those affected by the crime that much peace. But that's not always the case. I mean, look at the situation we're in. We returned to searching in silence. Before long, we had finished our search. Well, the round's almost over. I should probably let Monkey use the tablet again. You go do that. I'm gonna put on my tablet and give the room here another once over until you come back. Okay.
Pig macht irgendwas. Irgendwas macht sie.
And like that, Pig once again left the room. I pulled up my tablet again and chose to run. Then I looked around, waiting for Pig to return. It didn't take that long. Where next? Well, actually, why don't we go and check on the classroom I woke up in. I wasn't on the lookout back then, so it's possible I missed some stuff there. Alright, lead the way.
Irgendwie ist das suspicious hier. Irgendwie, ich traue der Sache nicht so wirklich.
And just like that, I took her to the classroom I woke up in. Ah, memories. Oh yeah, it was only hours ago, but it feels like a lifetime ago. I was so naive back then. Just a child, ignorant of the ways of the world. True, there was some fear in me, but more so, I was filled with wonder. Could it be? Back then, when... Mouse, are you okay? You've been staring at nothing for a bit now. Sorry. Let's begin looking around. We gave the laboratory a thorough sweep. Man, this must be a pretty good school. There are a ton of chemicals here. Really, this stuff is top of the line. Yeah, this place is nice. Before long, we found a safe hidden in one of the cabinets. Alright, this is something. Yeah, now we just need to find the passcode to it. Well, there's only one place in this room that has a lot of numbers on it. The periodic table! Oh. The whiteboard still has a lot of equations on it. That probably means something. Maybe? But I always sucked at chemistry. So I can't really make heads or tails of it. Leave it to me then. I actually thought about being a chemist back in high school. I was great at it. Really? Then by all means, go ahead. Like that, Pete got to work, giving the whiteboard a thorough analysis. Meanwhile, my eyes were drawn to some odd graffiti written on one of the desks. C-R-E-E-R-R-E. By the looks of it, it hadn't been here for too long. And the odd capitalized R. We were in a chemistry classroom. It didn't take long for me to connect the dots. I found the periodic table and checked. Then went over to the safe and input 2475. As expected, it opened. Hey, you got it open? Yep. I reached in and grabbed the token inscription, Pick minor trinket written on it. Seems like we got a jackpot. How did you get it open? Awesome. That doesn't answer my question. How does it not? You know, forget it. How many trinkets do we have in total right now? Let's put them together. I didn't, she asked. I did as she asked, and put all the trinkets I had on the table. They were a total of 2. Not great. Alright. Good to know. I'll hold onto these for now. Keep them in one place.
Alright, oh 9.
Like that. Pig put the trinkets in her bucket. The round's getting close to ending, right? You're right. Let's input our actions, then go back down to the cafeteria to meet back up with everyone. I thought things were settled, but just then Pig spoke up. Hey, Mouse? Yes? Your actions should move to the same number of spaces if you just chose to run normally, right? Presumably, if I hitch a ride on someone who just moves one space, yeah. Is that really true? Huh? Don't you want to test it out just to make sure? I mean, it'd be nice to. Then this round, why don't you try hitching a ride to me? That way we get to see for sure if it works that way or not. So, hitch a ride to me. That's my advice. Yeah?
Ich verstehe. Sie möchte uns nach vorne bringen mit ihrer Fähigkeit wahrscheinlich. Denn jetzt hat sie 2 meiner Trinkets. Wir sind in Runde 5. Ich glaube, sie möchte uns nach vorne bringen irgendwie. Okay.
Without saying another word, Pigs exited the room, presumably to find another room to input the action in. It was certainly not an odd exchange. Pig was acting a little weird, so should I take her up on her offer? The idea of testing out my ability was a bit tempting.
Ja, warum nicht?
I pressed the act button. I'm not entirely sure why, I just did. I mean, why not? What's the harm in it? It should move me exactly one space. Just as we all agreed. And if it didn't, Pig might feel offended. So this was right? It couldn't possibly hurt, at any rate. Well, time to meet up again, like promised. I would have preferred to walk with Pig, but she seemed to have gone ahead without me. No problem. I'll just go down by myself. I took a staircase down to the first floor. Right as I walked into the cafeteria from the back hallway, I noticed the screen on the TV had changed, and people were freaking out. Freaking out? Why would they be? As soon as my eyes focused on the screen, I realized why. Pig. She wasn't lead by, a lot. She must have used the ability. No, it wasn't just Pig that was in the lead. So was I. I was also in the lead. Bunny, who had stopped freaking out for long enough to notice my presence, turned around to talk to me. Hey, Mouse. What the hell is this about? Are you in on this? What? No. I knew nothing. Then why'd you hit your ride on her? Because she said to. She told you she would be. She told you she would be doing this? No. She just said to hitch a ride on her. Other than noticing me, and they were working their way over. They were mad. I could very much see where this was going, and needless to say, I didn't love it. So what did I do? I was a rat. I scurried away. I fled as fast as my feet could take me, just trying to put some distance between myself and the cafeteria. Okay, hold up. I get it. I know this just makes me look worse. I know this hurts me a lot. I know this, honestly speaking, was sort of a dick move on my part. But trust me, I say exactly what would have happened had I stayed in that crowd. It would not have been good for me. There's no way I could have convinced them I wasn't on cahoots with Pig. A traitor's ally is a traitor. No, fleeing was the best option. I kept running and running. Pretty soon I couldn't tell if anyone was pursuing me, but I really didn't care. Until I finally felt like I had to put enough distance between me and them, I would run. I ended up stopping in what looked to be a screening room on the first floor. I had gone up and down some stairs. There was as good place as any to hide. I made my way behind the bleachers, oddly placed in the room, and crouched down. Far from heroic action, but it was really the only thing I could think of. From there, I just hid. The others would deal with it, right? The others would get Pig. They'd almost certainly find her and deal with her. Kill her, if it was going to be honest with myself. It was pretty sad, but I feared she was in fact the other traitor. Monkey had confessed, Pig hadn't. So now I'd let the group deal with this situation and rejoin in a bit, when everything had likely cooled down. I mean, it's not like I'd be useful to the group, so what's the harm? The only question that remained was what to do with the tablet. Just choosing to ran the risk of getting closer to the line and pissing off the group further. So what to do? I had it. I simply continued to hitch the ride on Pig. probably wouldn't be going anywhere, so this was a deal. I spent the next few rounds just hiding, hoping no one would find me, and choosing to hitch a ride on Pig with my tablet. After 2 rounds, I planned on leaving my hiding spot and testing the water, sort of feeling out how everybody was doing. However, to my shock and horror, after only 2 rounds of this, I felt my collar come undone. Does that mean it's all over? As if to answer my question, I heard a booming noise come on the speakers. Not a noise, a voice.
The finish line has been crossed. The winners are Rat, Ox, and Pig. Congratulations.
Ox? War Ox der andere Traitor? Weil... Wer hat gefehlt? Nee, Determined. Ach, Ox hat seine Fähigkeit benutzt, um am Pick ranzukommen. Ah, nee, er hat seine Fähigkeit benutzt. Er hat ja die Fähigkeit, Ox hat Move behind the animal currently in first place. Das hat er anscheinend irgendwann benutzt. Wahrscheinlich die Runde danach. Und dann ist einfach gerannt. Okay.
Anyone who has not won has lost. Prepare for execution.
What? What just happened? Did I just survive? No. That wasn't the question to ask. Did everybody else die? What on earth? How did they not catch Pig? How did they not stop her? Dragon's ability, Monkey's ability, those should have been able to do something. And yet, a small voice in the back of my head called out, "But hey, you survived. You didn't even have to get your hands dirty." No, that's absolutely the wrong thing to take away from all of this. This can't be the moral, it just can't be. Reluctantly, I got up and made my way to the cafeteria. I don't know what I expected, but I certainly wasn't ready for what I saw. A sea of dead bodies, all in pain, all with blood flowing from their throats. I had to just close my eyes and walk through. I couldn't bear to look at it anymore. Just a glancing sight had scarred me in a way I would never truly recover from. Eventually, I had gotten to the front entrance of the school. There stood Ox. He looked none too pleased. Ox. Mouse. You saw the outcome, I presume? Ox, I swear I never... Save it, Mouse. You don't need to apologize. Huh? I know what you're going to say. You knew nothing of what Pig planned to do. And afterwards, you were just scared. You hid and panicked, never expecting to actually get out like that. Well, that's not exactly it, but... Yeah, more or less. Figures. That's about as much as I should have expected from you, if I'm honest. The failure to stop this is on my shoulders, and mine alone. If things went so bad, how are you all still alive, Ox? It became pretty clear soon enough that we weren't going to be able to stop Pig from victory. However, thanks to my stampede, I got within spitting distance of the finish line the round before last. It was either you two survive or us three survive. That group is by and large scum, but even they wouldn't drag someone else down with them when they're beat. Oh. And you're standing here because... This is the exit to the school. Pig eventually has to pass by here. And when she does, I want to confront her. What she just did, whatever she was forced to or not, was mass murder. 9 people are dead because of her. She needs to face those consequences. What does that mean? Oh, don't give me that look. I'm not going to kill her or anything. I just want to make her look me in the eyes and justify herself. And I don't want her running away. I don't know how the police are going to treat this. These circumstances seem tricky to prosecute, but still, she at least needs her day in court. However, I must say it is taking her quite some time. What's holding her up this long? Ox, you know there's also a side exit to the building, right? Shit. Shit. King of clubs! Choosing not to play is a valid option for Mouse. In some ways, it is a good option when faced with potential death as an alternative. However, refusing to play refuses you the option to control the outcome. And who in their right mind will give up control? Me! Anscheinend. Oh boy, ganz unten ist er sogar schon. Okay, das ist eine spannende Sache. Okay, wir werden im nächsten Part weitermachen mit der Entscheidung nicht zu laufen, denn dann werden wir alle gegen Pig sein. Und ich weiß, wo sie sein wird. Von daher, ich glaube, es wird spannend. So.
Ich danke euch fürs Zugucken. Ich hoffe, das Spiel macht Spaß, denn wir haben das Spiel schon lange gespielt, muss ich jetzt mal sagen. Steam sagt mir, das Spiel habe ich schon lange gespielt. 22 Stunden. Ja, das passt. Gut, dann bis nächstes Mal. Tschüss.